Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, welcome back, welcome back. It's Melissa here coming at you with another live, another live. First off, Monica, you got to bring it. Don't listen to mine. We're going to laugh. After we get our first initial subject off and we're done, we're going to laugh. That's what we're going to do because there's so much to catch up on. I got off our live yesterday, which was amazing. If you are new here or you missed yesterday's live, or if you missed any live, you got to catch up, especially piggybacking on what we're going to talk about today before we get into the foolishness and mayhem. But first and foremost, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Melissa Berrien here, your beautiful host, and welcome. So if you have not already, make sure you hit this like button and hit the subscribe button. And what else? The notification bell. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. As I always say, don't just hit the subscribe button, but definitely on this platform, we go back and forth. We highlight everyone's conversation, what they're saying, their input. So be active. So don't just subscribe, but also be active. My lighting is off to me today. Of course, whenever I say that, my husband, he gets on and he's like, you look fine. No, it's off. So I'm going to try not to be distracted with that because I'm very, very much a perfectionist. But that's neither here nor there. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening to those of you on the East Coast. Absolutely. Hey, good afternoon for those of you on the West Coast. Those of you in Hawaii, you're just now starting your morning. Those of you, good morning to those of you in Europe and different places like that. So anyway, we got all the business out the way. Y'all know what I do. Before we jump into the topic for today, then we get your feedback, and then it's Foolishness Tuesday, okay? So just hang tight. We have a really good topic of discussion today. And if you're new, you know, this channel, I like to say that, no, I'm not a life coach, but I'm your life cheerleader. I feel like as I'm giving you the tools, as I'm using my own tools, as we are growing together as women, I like to cheer you on and just say, you know what, you can do it. And there was a lot of cheering on yesterday. So, yeah, let's get through these hellos and heys, and then we'll get to the topic at hand. Shout out to my wonderful mod, just me, first one in the chat. I know I said I was going to add more people to the mods. I just have not done it. Don't count it any type of robbery or, oh my gosh, you must be mad at me or whatever. Don't overthink it. I just have not done it. But thank you for always showing up and showing up on time. Monica's in the house. That means she's ready. Okay. The resident smarty pants, but also just very, very insightful and funny. But hey, Monica, Royalty, good to see you again. Royalty says, hey, and I'm like, hey. Monica and Royalty, all three of us are going to be good tonight. Don't, because it makes for a good live. You know, yesterday y'all rocked with me for a solid 2.5 hours before y'all's favorite comedian came online. And we all, you know, just kind of hung out over there. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. I promise you, we'll talk about that later. But let's get the good big girl stuff out, right? So Royalty is laughing because she knows that is not going to happen. Monica's like, speak for yourself. Exactly, Monica. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do my best. No, you're not. Bridget's gang. Hey, how you doing, girl? With those beautiful kiddos. Good evening, everyone. Sheila says, Monica says, hey, Monica Pierce. Hey, Melissa. Hey, girl. Hey, hello, everyone. I just finished working. Glad to listen. I'm done with this training today. Whew. Training, because you guys will be starting back soon. From what I understand, like I said, my brother is over there, as you know, and he goes back, I think he said today or tomorrow, whatever, but he's no longer in the classroom, so that's good. Administration. Anyway, R.R. Lee, hello all. Love your hair, Melissa. Thank you. This is just that wet water, and let's go. It's getting very, very fun to just be able to wet my hair, and it curl up. I may add some oil or something, but other than that, this is just water. Waters and berries. April says, hey, everyone. Hey, April. Hey, guys. Happy Tuesday. Hey, little sis. How are you? I feel like you've been coming in and out. I haven't really seen you. I'm going to have to inbox you my number or whatever, because I be missing your face, little girl. Irma, hey, little sister. Hey, big sis. How are you? Thank you. You said that I'm beautiful. Irma says you are beautiful. Thank you guys for the compliment. Again, when I feel like my lighting is off, it takes a lot for me to kind of ignore it because I'm very much a perfectionist. Anyway, I'll be in training next. Oh yeah, because your school's starting for you too. So shouts out, heads up, all that wonderful stuff for those of you that are working in the classroom and at school. School is about to start, y'all. Okay, so for those that don't know, we have what's considered Irish twins. So they are not actual twins, but they are very close in age. And so it's like having twins. You got to get two of everything, especially at this point, 15 and 16. And then soon they'll be 16 and 16 very soon. And they're both in the same grade. They both do sports. They both are very active. And so we just got finished paying all their fees and sports fees and all that wonderful stuff and just getting ready for school. I haven't even started on school supplies. As I said yesterday, school supplies, I just kind of wait because each class at this level, each class is going to require something else. So it doesn't make any sense to go out now and buy all these school supplies and stuff like that. So leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're at in your school supplies. Get school prep if you have kids still at home. I'm late because I was watching Cece. Oh, Irma, no problem at all. Unfortunately, I didn't know Cece was on live. I always schedule my lives this time. And so yeah, no problem at all. You guys go wherever you watch. Those who want to watch here, that'd be great. So yeah, I didn't know she was on live, but it wouldn't have made a difference anyway, because this is the time that I normally go on. So anyway, if you are just tuning in, you are brand new within the past couple of weeks or so. And like I said, I consider myself, I don't like to say life coach. I like to say life cheerleader. I feel like as we are navigating together, as you saw a lot of people, hey, big sis, hey, little sis. And I also have actual relatives on here. So I'm a real person. Like what I'm spitting, I'm living. And there's someone on here to check and be like, she lied, but I don't lie. But I say that to say in our life coach, life cheering relationship that we have, as well as big sister, little sister shout outs. One of the things that we do on this channel is just really, really, we go from the absolute silly to the absolute righteous to the absolute grown woman stuff. So right now we're going to get out the grown woman stuff. We're going to get out the self-reflection stuff, the stuff that's going to lead us into being better women. And then once we're done with that, we'll talk about everything else that has transpired. So what are we talking about today? I gave a little snippet. I gave a little snippet on yesterday of what we're going to talk about. And I told you I saw a picture and then it immediately sparked a conversation in my head that I wanted to have with you guys. So before we get started, let's see. I wait until the teacher sends the list, period. And you know, they're in high school, they're in 11th grade. Y'all, where did the time go? Where did the time go? So the babies are in 11th grade, and so it doesn't make any sense. They have what, six, whatever, however many classes. And yeah, I'm not doing that. We'll wait. Retired teacher here, thought I would miss it after 38 years. I'm good. R Lee, yeah, no. When it's time to be over, it is over. I was teaching, then I went to subbing, and I don't miss. Every now and then I'll get a little bug, and I'm like, maybe I should go back and sub. No, I'm good. Especially with these kids nowadays. Nope, I'm good. Make sure you hit the like button. Absolutely, absolutely. So, what is this picture? Let me show y'all this picture that sparked it, and then y'all leave a comment what your first thought of this picture is. Tell me about this picture. What your first thought is about this picture. Okay, I see you, Joanne. But look at this picture before you leave. Tell me what you think about this picture. Leave a comment down below. We have this is the picture that we're going to spark our conversation on. Labor. Yep. Labor. Yep. I like the fact that it's, of course, multicultural, but that's not what we're going to be talking about, but it's multicultural. And we see, obviously, women are in labor. And I'll wait a few more seconds for a few more comments looking at this picture. Birthing, absolutely. Labor, birthing. And so when we look at this picture, I wonder if I probably can't remove my I'm gonna remove it for a second because that's going that I'm after I'm done saying this part, I'm gonna put this picture back up just to say what I want to say. So I follow a lot of birthing pages and stuff like that. I'm very interested in birth. I've given birth to my own children, but I've also assisted, like right there, with three. When I was like in eighth grade, I did a paper, like, your research paper, the end of the year research paper. I did it on, and if I freeze, because I'm looking at my laptop and I froze a little bit. So um, I did a paper on, y'all, I'm going to plug up Miss Thing because she is tripping. She already saying. So I did a paper on being a midwife. So I was really, really, really into midwifery and being a doula, all of that. But my life, I just didn't make that. It was hard back in those days to kind of find training about that. Nowadays, it's all over the place. So because of that, I follow very, pages that um, offer information about being a doula and stuff like that. It is something that I would consider doing, now. But in saying that, one of the doulas that I follow, she posts her live births, all of that. Very, very interesting. But this is what she posted. Can you hear me now? I wonder if I have to stay in the stream to talk for you to hear me. Yep. Yep. That's what it sounds like. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, and I'll just start all over. I think, okay, that's what it is, friends. Okay, I have to stay in the stream in order to be heard. So got it, got it, got it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So Keandra, Jasmine says, doulas are the best, hands down. I had one through my whole pregnancy, and she was absolutely amazing. Yes, that was one of the most rewarding things that I did, was assisting in birth, helping someone birth. So anyway, so that's what it is. I have to be in the live. I can't leave. But let's just continue on. Let me just start over. So you heard me talk about the fact that I, at one point, was obsessed with midwifery, being a doula, all of that. I was much younger, but my path didn't take me that way. So I follow doulas, I follow midwives and everything. And among other things, that the one specific one that I posted, she posted this. And I think this is the part where the sound went out because I don't want to be a distraction. So, but just take a look at that. When we have been talking about becoming confident women. We've been talking about, tell me if this is distracting. Do you want to see me, or do you want me to take the picture down? You want to see me? I'm fine behind the picture, or remove the picture. Tell me which one, because I want to make sure, because this is weird for me, but I can definitely talk like this. But I want to make sure that you guys are connecting. And I think me talking with the picture there is really, really effective. But I also don't want it to be distracting to you guys. Move the picture. Okay, that's what I was thinking. April says move the picture, move the picture. So take one good look at it. I want to see. Oh, listen, you got to tell me twice. I already got two people. She said remove, listen. So I can't put it to the side. Let's see. Because nope, she don't move. My hair. It don't move. The picture, it don't move. So anyway, as we are, I'm just gonna say whatever I just said. If you heard it before, whatever. So as we have been, and leave a comment if I say something, y'all already know how we go. Y'all know how we do. I go through and talk about it, whatever. So as we're talking about becoming confident women, and we're healing. You know, we're talking about these healing these triggers, healing these hidden things. Um, you know, just really having grown woman conversation in the midst of clowning, right? So in talking about having a confident, being a confident woman and everything, part of the conversation has been really dreaming and really having the vision to become the woman that we want to be. And so when that doula posted that picture, it went hand in hand with the conversation that I wanted to have with you guys, which is talking about, you know, making sure that we don't have or we don't accept unnecessary pressures to become something before it's our time that we're not supposed to be, or we're trying to become something in the way, in the manner that someone else did. So when you look at that picture, as Joanne said, it had different birthing positions. And I know for me, when depending on the season, depending on the year, because I had kids 4 years apart, and then I had kids 12, 13 years apart. So depending on what was acceptable during that time, it depended on whether they would let me stand up, whether they let me walk, whether I had to lay down, whether they believed me, you know, that I was in pain more than I was. So we all, if you've given birth, obviously we all have a birthing story. And I'm encouraging you today to really think about where you want to be. So that's the first part of the conversation. Think about who you want to be. We all have room to grow. Me, you, everybody, we all have room to grow. But in our growing and birthing and becoming who we want to become, we should really, really make sure that we find our birthing position. Leave a comment down below. I need to find my position. You may want a birthing ball. You may want to be, what is it, prone, legs up, legs down, however, water birth. And sometimes in finding our birthing positions, come on now, I gotta, whoa, okay. We gotta find our birthing position. And so often, especially in church, but also I'm gonna give church a break today, especially in our society. Society says, if you're 20, you need to know this. When you're 18, you go off to college and you better know what you want to be and you better do this. When you get married, you got to know this. Like there's so much pressure to be all and know all and birth the way Kim Kardashian birthed. And I don't mean physically birth. I mean become that woman. That, you know, you got to be Kim Kardashian. You got to be Zendaya. You got to be Gabrielle Union. Whoever these people are, we have to birth and become as they are. And that is a number one downfall as you're growing and maturing and becoming who you are. And I want to give you guys permission. I wanted to have a conversation today that we just need to find our own personal position. Because here's the thing, there are some people that absolutely love water births. They want to get in the tub, they want to have the warm water, the music playing in the background, and all this other stuff. And someone else will be absolutely mortified by that and also terrified by that. But we have to understand that it's going to take what? Researching and finding a basis for who we want to be, not who we're, you know, pretending to be so and so or whatever. So it really depends on who you're surrounding yourself by. Who are you basing womanhood off of? Once you get that idea, once you have that idea, then you have to understand, I need to find my position. Now, the thing about life is, once we're in position and we're ready to give birth, Irma, thank you very much. Irma says, I'm old now. I have a C-section both times. But guess what? The end result was still the baby. Okay. And that's my whole point. When we're in position, whether you like to walk, whatever your story is, whether you went to college, whether you got married old, whether you got married young, whether, you went to jail and now you're out, and you were an addict, whatever it is, that's your birthing position. That someone says, laying down on back, knees up. Exactly, April. That's pretty. I'm on my side. I'm on my side, and I want my husband near me, but touch. I don't want too much rubbing and all that unless I really need it. But pretty much just be here. And so we all have a preference. And a lot of times it's not until what happens, that pain really, really hits, that we really, really need to find our comfort zone, to find our lane, to ride out labor. And so the same thing happens when we are birthing ourselves. Okay. And that's why I wanted us to really look at that picture, because as we're talking, becoming a confident woman, becoming a woman of grace, becoming a woman that's kind, becoming a woman, whatever the type of woman that you want. I want to stop lying. I want to stop cheating. I want to stop drugs. Whatever it is that you want to do, that's going to be your process. And all of our birthing positions cannot and will not be the same. No one's birth story is the same. Joanne's running. Come on now. Run. Run on, run on, run. If I'm talking good, drop a star. No, I'm just kidding. If I'm talking good to you, go ahead and leave a super chat, a super sticker. And if I'm talking even better for you, keep your money. Just give me a heart down below. So we're all going to experience the labor pain. You know what? We're not, because you know what? April says, absolutely true. I got an amen from Just Me. Monica Clay is giving me all the stars. Come on, drop them stars in the jar if you know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to lose my thought, because believe it or not, y'all, when I see stuff, I don't even prep what I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have nothing. This is the stuff from yesterday. But when something sparks, and then, like I said, I saw that picture, I said, oh, this is good. This is good. Because even on a platform like this one, I'm giving you tools, right? And we're talking about tools. And some of you have been very gracious with your compliments and all this other stuff. And it's so easy to be like, man, I'm in labor. We're all laboring together as women. Always. It's a constant thing. We're always giving birth to something, giving birth to a dream. Even if we're laboring for someone else and their dream. Like, think about yesterday's live and how long it took us to really, really get off the subject of Keisha Cole and Frankie and everything. Like, we were we were tearing for her, and feeling for them. And so it's so easy to say, you know what, I'm gonna try to do it just like how Melissa did it. Well, you can't. You can only use Melissa as a guide and say, okay, this worked, that's nice, but I still have to go to my own birthing center, go to my own hospital, figure out if I want a water birth, figure out if I want a doula, a midwife, unassisted. There's some people that give birth still out in nature. I forgot what that's called, but that's what it is to me. But you still have to find your lane as you're becoming the woman that you want to be. And so I'm encouraging you, don't fall under the pressure to labor as someone else. Okay? Because we can't. R. Lee is giving me a black heart. Thank you. My water broke and my kids came too much early. Thank you. So again, her water broke and her kids came 2 months early. My kids wanted to incubate forever and ever. So I'm the type where when it was time for me to give birth, they was like 42 weeks, 43 weeks. Okay. I didn't have 40. Alan might have been my first one. Alan was the earliest, but I had him during the hurricane. That'll preach by itself. Okay. When I gave birth, 2 of my kids were born during storms. So as you're sitting back and you're dreaming and you're wanting to become, and you want to go to school, you want your finances together, you want to stop lying, you want to have peace, you want to get over that molestation, you want to get over that rape, you want to get over all that stuff, you got to understand that a part of that labor and everything else, you may give birth in a storm, you may give birth in the ice storm, you might give birth with someone or by yourself. Release yourself from that pressure. I got a super chat. I got a super chat. I love this. It's going to be a part of my coaching meditation toolbox. I promise to give you credit. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I cannot wait to hear from you. You already know you a superstar in my head. Absolutely. And I really appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate the compliment. God is absolutely good. That picture blew me away, y'all, because it was like, wow. You know, it's so easy for us to compare ourselves. So when we were talking about guilt, remember we were talking about guilt and shame, really the guilt conversation. And we were talking about people guilting you, especially when it was related to children. We, you know, of course we've already given our birth to our kids, but even in that, our kids are not the same. They're not going to be the same. They're not going to go through the same process. And not only that, what you may think is hell, brim, and oh my gosh, I may go, that's all they did? Oh, child, I got one for you. You know, so that picture just brought home so much of our process. And it allowed us, let me put it back up. It allows us all to find our position. You know, you see the woman over to the right, there's a few single women over there. Okay, they're in position, but they're still laboring. There's some assisted with their spouses. There's some assisted with a doula. But we're all giving birth. There's no one size fit all way to life, to becoming a woman, and becoming whatever it is that we want to become. So as we're talking about dreaming and becoming who we want to become, please again, don't make the mistake to think that you have to walk the same path as Melissa, or walk the same path as your mother, or the person that you admire on television. It doesn't happen that way. We could start off, oh, this is good right here. Everyone who's given birth, you know, you're in a long line. Usually it's a quiet night or it's not a quiet night. But however, 9 times out of 10, when you are going to the birthing place, you're not the only one in labor. There may be someone ahead of you. She's further along. She's 7 centimeters. You just feeling the little baby aches and pain. But again, you're still in the same process. You're still in the same place. So when I went to go to deliver, I didn't ask them, well, who all's in here and how far along are they? Now I am nosy. I do look on the little big board to see, you know, okay, so they kind of full. But the truth of the matter is, I was more focused on me and what I needed to do to become a mother, to become whatever. So here's the thing, as you're like, oh, I need to give birth to this dream to go back to school. I'm telling you to go back to school, okay? But as you're going back to school and you're going to school to register, really, how far along everybody else around you is really doesn't matter. What matter is what you're doing and focusing on you. Now, the problem becomes if I go to the delivery room, I go to the birthing center, or I go to the hospital. All my kids have been in a hospital or birthing center. So if I go to the birthing center and it's time for me and I'm just in the beginning, they're not going to take me on a tour to see all the other women. But guess what's going to happen? If I'm at a birthing center, if I stay long enough in position in that room, I'm going to hear someone. Can I get an amen? You're going to hear a moan. You're going to hear a yell. Now, those of you who haven't had kids, don't let us scare you, okay? And I hope, you know, you guys are getting the metaphor for what I'm saying. I'm going to get to your comments in a second, but I got to get this out. I'm going to hear a groan. I'm going to hear, and if it's an emergency, I'm going to hear everything and everybody. And it's the same thing with our lives. We're all walking together. So listen for the moans, because that may tell you, I don't want to go that way, or I know what's coming. See? So there's so many cues that we get when we're in position. And the thing about it is, if you find yourself single, you're in that position and you're single, because it's like, oh, well, Melissa, it's easy for you to say that you can give birth and you can give birth to your life because you have a partner. Not necessarily, because the thing about it is, as much as, you know, I love my husband and everything else, guess who has to push? Me. The only thing he can do is offer some support and rub my neck and hold my leg up or whatever. He can't push for me. And so, just like he can't push for me, you don't have anyone to push for you. You have to do the work. And we said that so many lives ago. We have to do the work. And that's what was so captivating for me when I looked at that picture. It gave none of us an excuse. Whether it was a single woman, there were women in this picture that were supported, overly supported. Let's look. Single women, women with spouses. I think I even see two women. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Water birth. Let me remove that comment. So yeah, let me get your comments before I get to my next one. I'm getting some stars. Stars. Thank you. Very good this evening. Thank you, April. Thank you very much. It's really a lot. Thank you. Thank you. It is. And so I'm glad you said that, April. I come sometimes with little loads, but this was like boom. I knew it when I saw the picture. And so make sure you guys watch the playback. If you feel like there's someone, if you know that there's someone that will really benefit from this information, if you will benefit, watch the replay, take notes, do whatever you need to do. But don't let this slip by, because this will save a lot of us from a lot of heartache, a lot of jealousy, a lot of procrastination and everything else, because we know I'm in position. I'm in my own position. I'm in my own lane. And guess what? When it's time to give birth to this Melissa, whatever that means, to this Irma, to this April, to this Joanne, or whoever, when it's time to give birth, I'm the only one that's going to do the work. Now, sometimes we get ourselves in positions. Hold on. So kind of like daily life is labor, because you try to birth a better version of yourself daily. Progress, not perfection birthing, moving forward in your life. Boom. Period. Told y'all my co-host. For real. That's it. That's it. Point blank, period. We are a different version of ourselves every day. And thank God for grace and mercy, because they are what? Renewed. It's just like a new baby. Grace comes in every day like a new baby. And grace comes in and allows Monica to get it right. You know, some days when, you just know you tripped out all day. You tripped out all day. You're like, you know what? I'm sick of myself today. And when I'm like that, I go to bed early, because I'm like, today just wasn't it. What's so beautiful is, if we're blessed with another day, we can go to sleep on it and wake back up and it's renewed. So yes, that's what that labor is like. And Just Me agrees. Thank you for this. I have a social media platform dream. I just need to get in position and do this thing, period. That's my number one advice, is to be yourself. I know some people get offended with, or like, what she mean by that? I watch certain people, but if someone does the exact same thing that I do, I try not to watch too much of their content, because I want to be authentic. I want to do this road the way that it's designed for me. So RR Lee, absolutely do. And you know what? I will encourage you, even if you do everything, create it and everything, and you make videos and you practice, keep it on your channel, keep it unlisted, but at least you're practicing. You're practicing. Okay. You're in Braxton Hicks. Okay. Some of that's going to fly over some of y'all head, and some of y'all going to get it. Okay. You're in Braxton Hicks. You're practicing. You're thinking about it. That's when them labor pains are thinking about it. But I'm telling you, when you jump off the ledge and start YouTube, it's a whole nother ball game, but you can do it. I wasn't ready to have my babies that early, but it was because I was too small. Absolutely. And that's the whole thing. You said it, that's perfect. Sometimes we're not ready for XYZ, but society is saying you should be ready. Sometimes our life choices, unfortunately, we have people who may go to jail, drugs. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be that dramatic. You have some people that, take a gap year off and they go travel Europe. Well, guess what? They're, quote, a year behind their peers. But are they really behind? Or are they in their own personal birthing position? Are they in their own birthing process? It's all about how we're going to look at it. So you said it. I wasn't ready. That's part of knowing. Because sometimes you can go to the labor room, you can go to the hospital, you can go to the birthing room, and they say you're not ready. You're about 1% dilated. So why don't you go walk some more? See, and a lot of times we get mad when God say, the door, go walk some more. But the truth of the matter is, he's the ultimate doula, right? God is the ultimate midwife. So he knows when we're in position, when we're pregnant, and everything else. So we have to really, really be careful when we know we're not ready, or when God knows that we're not ready and he says, go walk. Somebody just type in, go walk. Good God. Okay. My God, my mouth. Yeah. That's what I'm about. Birth now at 59 years of age. And again, that is a-okay. I'm sure my mom don't mind me saying this. I forgot how old, but she was well over 40 before she went back and got her bachelor's degree. That I know plenty of people took their time, took their own paths. I was well into my 30s before I went back and stuff like that. So again, when you know who you are, and when you know where you're at, and you're pregnant with a dream, whatever that dream is, let's not even make it dramatic. I want to reach my fitness goal. I want to stop lying. I want to stop overeating. I want to stop whatever. You're pregnant with that thing. And until it comes into fruition, um, you work towards that process. But sometimes you're not ready until you're 60. You're not ready until you're 59, and it is absolutely okay. Amen, amen, amen. We almost lost our life because of the complications. Yes. And there are some complications in life, even as we're giving birth to ourselves. There's sometimes going to be some complications. There's going to be some hiccups. And that's where therapy comes in. Absolutely. Because of the complications. Okay. I had one natural and one C-section. See? And that's the other part about it. You may be believing God to, okay, I wanna go to school. That could have happened for you with ease. No complications, went to school, finished, and everything. But that C-section might be that promotion, or getting a job that you want, or stop lying, or stop overeating, or whatever. But the important thing is that we have to get is we need to find our birthing position, your own birthing position, and be okay with it. Because if you're not okay with it, someone will make you feel like your water birth is really weird. And it's weird until someone else um, justifies it or affirms it that it's decent. But the truth of the matter is, when you're in labor, I saw one position, she posted a picture. I saw one position where a female, the lady was facing, she was on a toilet, but facing the back of the toilet, legs wide open, leaning on the toilet. And I was like, wow, okay. And again, that's her birthing position. I've had, okay, grace is what we all need. Absolutely, royalty. Grace is what we all need. All need. And it's renewed every morning. LOL, I was asleep. I didn't know I gave birth. That happens too. Again, your labor process is going to be different. My last child probably would have been my first child if I had had him first. My first child was a C-section. You give birth to so many things in so many ways. It's not going to be the same thing. You're not going to be overcome drug addiction 9 times out of 10. Give birth to that the same way you would give birth to going to school or learning a new language. Two different things. That where the process will be different, but that doesn't make it wrong. It's just where you're at. That's your lane. That's your birth. And don't get me started on giving birth to multiples. Look at you out here preaching. Good word. It's in me. They know it. Grace and mercy. Each day you wake up is a blessing and opportunity to be better. Period, Monica. Period. RR Lee, you and me both. I want to start a platform. I'm observing and learning and getting myself together in different ways. Maybe we can encourage each other. Monica, I didn't know that. So make sure you let me know. Go walk. Come on now. Hey, go walk. The door. Go walk. You preaching today. I'm over here in my shanana. You over here in your EDI shout out town. I forgot that lady's name. She had a YouTube channel. She used to crack me up. Yes. And I told y'all this. Y'all know this about me. I told y'all that we've worn that hat before. But anyway, so hey, Lakeisha, if you're just now joining in and you are with Lakeisha, make sure you hit the like button on this live stream. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed. But most importantly, as you can see, I feed off on the feedback, the back and forth and everything, no matter what we're discussing. So hit the subscribe button and become active. But so yeah, back to the subject. I could piggyback on this on Thursday, because again, tomorrow's my break day. Unless something happens, I might come on just in case. But I just wanted to come on and just share this with you guys and make sure that you understand. Let me remove Lakeisha. Yeah. Make sure you look, because a lot of times we want to give ourselves excuses as to why we can't birth, because we're single, we don't have assistance, I don't have water, the birthing ball, you have a spouse, I don't, so it's going to be hard. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you want to grow and become, and you fill in the gap, become whatever it is, you have to do the work. At the end of the day, whether it's time to be pushed, if it's time to push, you have to push. There may be some birthing situations where you're going to have a whole community around you, those doctors, those nurses, and everyone else, because it's an emergency and it's going to be a whole C-section going down. I had one. And then maybe the next birth is going to be a VBAC, and that's a huge big deal. Oh my goodness, vaginal birth after C-section. You did it. You did it. And then the beautiful thing about it is, once we give birth, God doesn't let us just forget about that thing. So when we have kids and we give birth to our children in these positions, and we have these children, we get these jobs, we get these things. What do we have to do when we're done? Once they came to pass, then what? We got to nourish it, or else it will die. That's it. That's all I have to say. So as we are living life and growing together and learning together and walking this thing out together and becoming, you fill in the blank. Please, please, please be mindful that you are right where you need to be, if you're right where you need to be. And if you're not right where you need to be, make sure that you find your position. And that's all you need to do. Once you find your position, that helps ease. Does the pain go away? No, the pain doesn't go away. It still hurt. But my pain may be a little bit more than your pain. My stomach may be, the contractions may be different or whatever, multiples. There's a lot of things that go into giving birth. And we have to understand that there's a lot that goes into when we are giving birth to ourselves, our new selves every day. So ease off on the pressure on yourself, Some of us may need epidural. Some of us go at it natural. Some of us have quick bursts, long bursts. Some of us need assistance pushing. Some of us, so I don't want to repeat or anything, but that's what I have for you guys. Just really, really, really wanting us to find our birthing position and then going through the process of labor. And we all know labor is tough. Whether you had children or not, it's tough. Even women that had the quote easiest births ever, and they're like, oh my goodness, I hardly ever felt anything. There was still some pressure. There was still some contractions. There was still some blood. There was still all of that involved. So I encourage everyone to, because I know it was a lot, definitely go back, watch the replay, take notes if you have to, leave a comment down below if you have any questions or you something else came out of it. And definitely my email is always tagged below. And if you want to email me about anything. Got to care for it so the new birth of yourself grows like seed in the ground. Harvest. Beautiful, Monica. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there's nothing else to say. Like, that's what we're going to end on. Yes, you got to care for it. So, if you wanna stop lying, you got to nurture that. Okay, one day not lying is not, something that you have seen to maturity. Time will tell. You want to get promoted, you have to do everything you need to do to get promoted, but then you have to nourish yourself in that position. Monica preaching today. Y'all got this, RR. You guys have that. Absolutely. And so those of you who are thinking about starting YouTube channels, y'all already know. Well, some of you don't know. I've helped people already. Watch some of my old videos. If you have any questions, again, my email will be listed below. There's enough room in this social media space for everyone. I promise you. And so even in that, even in creating, we all have to stay in our lane, birthing and doing this thing together. How would your birthing season be? How would your birthing season be? We all have different ones, but remember how you felt after you gave birth. The best feeling ever. Exactly. There are some people who 3 days and you calling them. You had the baby yet? Nope. You had the baby yet? Nope. But that's her season. That's her birthing season. And then you have someone else that go in at 12, by 2, the baby is out. But baby's still out, but we still have to nurture it. We still have to nurture it. So really, does time in labor really matter? Because, oh my goodness, we'll talk about this tomorrow. I'm not even going to get on it, but I'm going to drop a little seed. The truth of the matter is the hard work happens not in labor, but once that child comes out. That's it. I ain't got nothing else for you. I'll see y'all on Thursday, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. The real work is once the baby is here, but we focus so much on labor because that thing hurts. But it's not about, really, when you really, really think about it. Man, listen. Okay. So yeah, leave a comment down below if this was good for you, good to you. I really appreciate you guys sticking around today. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll close out this video and then I may come back live because this is a really quick video compared to how we normally get down. But if not, I'll see you guys Thursday for sure. If you are in the bushes and you're trying to figure out what the heck this channel is about, this is what we're about. Now, later on tonight, I may come back on live and we'll clown and everything else. But it's some solid content over here, if I may say so myself. Monica is incredible. Yes, y'all got this. Y'all got this. So anyway, as always, my friends, I'm going to hang up here and I will go live in a few seconds, but I don't want to put the foolishness on this, but this was a great live. It did what I needed it to do. It did everything. And I think tomorrow, on Thursday, and I definitely am going to, let me make a note. Make a note on what we're going to talk about. Miss Toya, you spoke a word, child. That was food for the soul, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It really was. Because when you really, really think about it, we focus on labor and the length of labor and everything, but the real work, but that's temporary. Whatever it is, however long it is, labor is temporary. And really, what we do in labor determines, or what happens to us while we are laboring determines the health of ourselves, the health of our children. You can injure yourself if you push too soon. You can injure yourself. If you are doing stuff while you're in labor and the kid's cord is wrapped or whatever, like my kid or whatever, that's not good. So that's what we're going to talk about. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow or Thursday. You spoke a word. Yes, she did. Great food tonight. Thank you, Sheila. R.R. Lee. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Monica. I have a calling. I just want to give birth to it. Come on, Toya. Stick around. Big sis got you. Good food for thought. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm gonna hang up on here and I'll be right back. Because I want y'all to just to see what y'all up to. So anyway, um let me get my closing thing out. So anyway, that's it. Thank you guys. Good food for thought, Melissa. Absolutely. It is my pleasure. It is an honor. I do not take it lightly that you guys come most of your week to sit and listen to me. So anyway,